So on this one, I'm still going to go over it, and I'm going to show you how to add like wrinkles and stuff, which y'all will be adding that to yours. And then I'll jump back to the one with like the silly looking one with the gator mask one. All right. So y'all have everything done though, right? You have hair, or you're also working on hair? Okay. The thing with last period though that I did notice, and Viva, yours is kind of the same way. You want to make sure. Oh, what am I doing there? Okay. You want to make sure you have plenty of room at the top of your head. Some people are getting to like this point, and the top of from their forehead to the top of their head is really, really little. You want to make sure it's up there pretty high. Okay, maybe not that high. That's pretty high. But that it's up there. Okay, shh. You have to think your scalp is probably somewhere here. And then y'all are going to have hair on top of that. So it should be, even higher depending on what your hair looks like. Okay, so make sure you don't have a tiny little head, or that it's like coming down like alien, or that it's real boxy. Some people have a super flat head. But if your hair's styled that way, that makes sense. All right. So for this one, I'm going to go through this one first. We're going to be adding wrinkles, and y'all be doing this too. Try to make sure, so I'm just adding lines going towards the nose, and then some of them will be like V shapes. Just try to make them different lengths so they don't look like whiskers. Yeah. Yeah. See how like mine still has wrinkles right here? Okay. Okay. So again, try to make them different lengths. Like those are all a little too similar, so I'm add a short one in the middle there. Yeah.
Are they supposed to be lined up with each other?
No. See how none of mine are really matching? All right, so I'm going to leave that one for a second and then come to the gator mask one, which I'm actually not looking at. So. All right, so with the gator mask one, it is going to come, because they're pretty tight, kind of around your face. So it's going to narrow in at your chin just a little bit. Sorry, I take my own picture so I can see what it looks like. And then it's going to widen out again. And so I'm kind of doing this like wavy line as it comes out. So I should still see a little bit where my chin was. So before I get to that point, I'm going to come down with these wavy lines. And then it's going to curve there. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes, ma'am.
It looks like an hourglass.
Kind of. All right, so y'all added some of these lines here, different lengths, and then around the neck, they're going to curve kind of towards each other, and you're going to have quite a bit, and they're going to be really close together this time. Because up here, it's stretched out, and down here, it's really bunchy. So you're going to have a lot of little lines. Remember, try to make them different lengths. Yeah, it's just lines, so don't overthink it for now. Just lines. Which part? The overall shape? Okay, so remember where we had the chin? Just follow that. And then wavy line where the neck would be. All right. So then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding shadows. So when things overlap, the thing underneath usually has shadow on it. So like my right hand is lighter because the light's hitting it. And then when I'm blocking the left hand, there's a shadow where they're overlapping. You'll see that? Okay. So same thing on the masks. Where it's overlapping here, it's going to be darker in these little crevices. And then it's going to fade lighter. Okay. Around the edges, it's going to be darker. Not super, super dark. But it is going to be a little bit darker. The lightest part should be here in the middle because my nose and lips and chin are kind of pushing this area forward. Yeah. Okay, let me do this and then I'll come over there and help you. All right, let's do a little bit more. So every time there's a shadow, darker, and then it's gonna fade. Okay, and if I'm blending with my finger, I go in the direction that I put that shadow on there. All right, so yeah, shade the other side. And remember, keep it lighter right where the nose is, so it looks like it's kind of a little more three-dimensional.
Can I do a regular mask? No.
You can, you already draw those lines on the neck though, but yeah. Okay.
Do I just leave the mask like it is then if I don't put it on?
Yeah, the rest of your mask is fine.
And then do I do my chin again?
Yeah, redraw the chin.
And then I can draw the neck. My pencil top was broke. No.
All right, and then if I go back to the gator mask. Okay, so this one's gonna have a lot of the shadows because we have so many more wrinkles here. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, because it's gonna take forever. But y'all have time. I gotta check your work. And I am kind of like, if you want, every time a line hits, I'm kind of redrawing these little bumps so that the fabric looks more like it's bunchy here and not just have lines in it. So this just kind of a wavy line, whereas this has more defined little bumps.
Wait, I should have made her eyes closed.
Why?
Because it looks cuter.
Oh, but we're practicing drawing the eye, so it kind of defeats the purpose.
Can I draw my person's neck?
Can you? Yeah, you can draw the neck. I'll add that on the other one too, so if you need to see it. Maya, did you finish shading the whole thing?
My head's gonna be so big when I go to.
Did you see my example? You did all that? Okay. All right, so for the neck, just kind of keep it just somewhat inside the jawline a little bit. Yeah, because you want it to look real bunchy at the bottom. And then if you want to add a little shadow on the, this is if I have just a regular neck. I don't have a mask on. I'm just adding a little shadow on the neck.
My head's gonna be big and my body's gonna be small.
I don't know where I was going with that. Well, you don't see the body really. You'll just kind of see parts of the neck.
I draw my body differently than yours. Wanna see? I draw my body like this.
I'll have to come look at it. I can't see from here. Okay, so from here, we're pretty much done. But if you want to add a little bit of color, like if you wanted to make like the mask have a color or the eyes, don't color anything else. But if you want to have a little pop of color, you can. I think just the eyes with color looks really neat. So like here's last period. I did red on the mask. honestly don't think red was the best choice. It looks kind of creepy for some reason. But the eyes with that little pop of color is really pretty. But again, optional. Okay, so if y'all want to try that, and they could be purple. I wouldn't do red because it'd be kind of scary. Or yellow would be kind of creepy too. But like a pop of color if you want to. Otherwise, you can just leave it all black and white.